Okay, part two of May 7th distance healing. All right, so your old person, it feels like your future self came back and said, don't eat M&Ms or Skittles, no colors, no food dyes, no corn, no soy, and don't lose track of your quantity that you're eating. So get your quantity in a bowl or a cup, and then you eat out of that. And then she also said, the future is bright for you. Your future is bright. Keep this when you suffer / question. It won't be perfect every single second into it. So this is like an old person. So into each life, a little rain must fall. Did you have a grandmother that used to say that? Maybe. It felt like an old person said it. So much love for you all around you, energetically. You may have a lot of haters, which was funny too because it's the same old person. So when they were using the verbiage of today, or it just didn't fit. But there is so much love for you all around you, energetically. But you may have a lot of haters or jealous people. You don't / won't need self-esteem because what you'll be doing is in perfect-ish alignment. And you'll be off by a maximum of 20% out of alignment at the most. So so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be in perfect alignment with your highest potential. But at the most, you'll be 20% out of alignment at the most. And that's not even all the time, just here and there. And then they say, you can get back to perfect alignment when you say, I just am. I just am. So remember, I am without anything. Like that's all you need to know and focus on. And so it's interesting to go over these notes now because this happened a while ago and I've done. So there was multiple healings between your first healing and this healing. And then there's been healing since this healing. So it's interesting to go back into those. And before, after I stopped the first half and before I started this half of the video, I remember that I was a Chinese man in a past life. I had one of my best friends I used to meet and play checkers with in a past life at some kind of a bar area, and that man was a Chinese man who's now also a woman in this life was moving to Texas, and she's friends with friends or whatever, and they're like, oh, you got to go see Carl or whatever. So she came over, she got a healing, and she didn't really need a healing, but our spirits were sitting back at the bar in way back in time, both Chinese men, and I could see where we used to play checkers, and there was no women in there. It was a really long time ago, and I could feel it was cool. It was just cool, and they were so glad that they were men then and women now, and it was funny to them that they were both women. It was just funny. It was cool, man. Okay, so and then they want you to know, I just am. That's all you need to know. Just focus on I just am. Just I just am. I just am. You get back into the center of the vortex. You get back into alignment. And then they said, in quotes, they said, you can't imagine, capital letters, how many things can fall into place quickly / magically without you feeling like you did anything. And then I sent you the 68-second law of attraction video. So I'm just going to say that one more time. You can't imagine how many things can fall into place quickly and magically without you feeling like you did anything. And quickly, you could feel quickly. Keep in mind, 90% of everything you see doesn't matter. It's like capital letters. Say to yourself, keep saying to yourself, what if this doesn't matter? Like if you're late for something, or if you're angry about something or stressed out about something, what if this doesn't matter? What if this doesn't matter? And I did a healing meditation, one of the healing meditations, where I talked about how I did this mindset thing where I played this game with myself that after I lost my mom and I was having such a hard time, and I pretended I was an 80-year-old person who, I pretended at the time, I was 30, and I was pretending that I was an 80-year-old woman who got the chance to go back to when she was 30. which is what I actually was, and then live my life there as an 80-year-old, 30-year-old person. And so I was like, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. So instead of my mother just dying, my mother had died 50 years ago. So I was living my life as if my mom died 50 years ago, and like how easy my life was. And I imagined that I got married, and I imagined I had children, I imagined I lost my husband, and my body had gotten old, and maybe I'd had a hard time, maybe I had arthritis or whatever. And then I got this opportunity to go back to my 30s, but have the wisdom of being 80. And so, if that helps, because that was a really fun game. It only takes 21 days to make a habit. So it did change me, because I did it for months. It was really fun. Then it started to get in the way. So I stopped because it was starting to go the wrong direction. Oh, right. But the same thing is, if you just use that mindset and you say to yourself, what if this doesn't matter? I'm going to be late for work. Oh, what if this doesn't matter? Because when I was my 80-year-old, 30-year-old self, I didn't give a crap if I was late. I didn't give a crap if I was 5 pounds overweight. I was like, eh. It was a cool way to live. Anyway, and then someone was saying, people pollute. So your guides were quick. Everybody's fast. So I don't know. I can't pinpoint who it was, if it was a dead person or a guy or whatever. So people pollute their third chakras with so much crap that doesn't matter. And they pollute their minds with so much crap that doesn't matter. Replace this with ease. This is why meditation is so important. People just polluting themselves. And like, I mean, there's these shows, I see these shows where people are like, they're not listening to people talk about what those people feel about themselves and what's going on in the world. They're listening to people who are telling you what other people are doing and saying and thinking. It's like such a waste of time. Why not listen to, so I do this thing on Twitter where I want to know why someone thinks this way or that way. And I can go on Twitter and I can look up a hashtag of anything, and then I can venture into different echo chambers, and I can see what people, because you're limited with Twitter, you're limited to the number of characters you can write, and then I can read what they post, and then I can read like the comments underneath, because the comments underneath, I think there's less pressure on people, so they probably say more than they would if they were tweeting. I think I do. Anyway, so you can get a feel for how people feel and what they think. And so it's a very good place if you're going on to find out what actually people are thinking and why they're coming to the conclusions that they're coming to. It's not a good place if you still feel like you need to stop people from arguing. Okay. I don't think I made that very clear, but whatever. We can talk. So people pollute their third chakras with so much crap that doesn't matter. So third chakra, remember, self-esteem. Oh, I'm fat, or I'm ugly, or my roots are showing, or it doesn't matter. And then they pollute their minds with so much crap that doesn't matter. So replace all that with ease. So meditation, oh, it's so nice, so fun. It's so fun, meditation's so fun. Fourth chakra, your heart. It's easier to love yourself/others when nothing matters. When nothing matters, it's easier to love yourself and other people. When all these things matter and people are so polluted that they can't love themselves, they can't love each other. You see all the social justice warrior virtue signaling on Facebook, and all these people are like, this matters, ah! And then they can't love themselves, they can't meditate. I mean, there's so many things that matter, and meditation, just sitting there calming my mind, even though I'm part of a collective where if my mind was calm, everybody would be, everybody would benefit. No, I don't have time for that. I do however, have time to find inflammatory crap and freak myself out and then post it and make sure everybody that knows me is just as scared. They have time for that. All right. I love them anyway. I know it sounds like I just make fun of things, but all right. What makes my heart joyful? Focus on that. That will lead you in the best direction. People ask if things are hard. Is this hard? Is this going to be hard? Following your heart isn't hard per se, but it's like this was just an easy example. I don't know if you, I don't know any of Kanye West songs. I never like, I'm like a Bob Dylan, Neil Young person, but like Kanye West, like came out, he tweeted like, I love the way Candace Owens thinks. That was right around when I did your healing. Okay, so after he got attacked, right? So he was following his heart, and he said, I love the way Candace Owens thinks. And it was hard to come out. I'm sure it was hard to come out against what he, as a black man in the United States, is supposed to say and think. So, like in our country, black people are not supposed to be conservative. This is obviously a generalization, but just to make the point. So, is it hard? Was it hard for Kanye West? Maybe. Was it optimal for him to deal with the fallout from backing up someone who calls himself a conservative? He actually posted a video on Renegade Yogi that, where he got, pretty much torn apart by another black guy. It's like basically triggered by Kanye West wearing a Make America Great Again hat. And I lived in Holland for 6 months, and I went to England a couple times. And in England, black people and white people were the same when I was there anyway. I mean, there wasn't a culture. It didn't matter what the color of your skin was when I was in England, at that time. 1991. I think it was 1991. Anyway, some people were black, some people were white, but everybody was just normal. So they didn't have that culture like they do here, where for some reason it seems that black people in the United States are supposed to be Democrats for whatever reason. So it must be hard for Kanye West to speak his truth and then deal with the fallout of that. So he rejects being told how to think or what to say. People come down on him saying it's about record sales. So they accuse him of just trying to sell records. Message of love. So he was trying to he's like, I love you. He wanted to hug this guy who was like mad at him, and he was apologizing. His message of love goes against the current paradigm. So it's hard, but it feels better. So for him, he's got this love. He's got this message of love that he's trying to get across to people, and it goes against the current paradigm. So it's hard, the current paradigm of division, but it feels better to him because it raises his vibration and it moves him in the direction of the loving world he'd like to create. Okay, and then you have a guide. Your guide says, nothing is hard and nothing is easy. And your guide is like Yoda. You get some profound information, not all the time, but sometimes. You should always have a notebook or some kind of way a notebook. Not just your phone, not just typing it into a note in the phone. It's got to be handwritten. And Bruce Lee always had a notebook with him, and he would sit quietly for minutes. He was meditating, but not maybe calling it meditation, but you should do this. Like, you should have a little notebook. I don't care if you spend $500 on a beautiful leather notebook. That notebook or journal, whatever, not huge, something that you can carry easily, and sit with and just let your mind wander and just love yourself and write notes in there. Let that be, and I don't know if you go to church or have a sacred thing, but let this be your sacred practice where you are in the highest and holiest, divine white light, okay? And just let your mind wander as you, commune with that highest and holiest source creator, in the highest best interest, pure love, divine healing. And you just commune with that energy, that spirit, that feeling. And remember, you can do the rainbow energy to yourself. You can blow on the ember, whatever comes to you to do. And then just see what comes to you to write down, because your guides, nothing is hard and nothing is easy. Put that in the front of your notebook. Nothing is hard and nothing is easy. All right, so it may be hard for Kanye West to come out and say, I love the way Candace Owens thinks, and deal with the fallout, but it may be easier than not saying anything and watching Candace Owens take it in the nuts from black people who don't think that she should be conservative or whatever. Okay. And then they said, it just takes an open heart. Nothing you don't have, comma, can't do. So you can write this in your notebook too. It just takes an open heart. Nothing you don't have, nothing you can't do. Okay? You can't save people from their pain, and it's not your job. So you ask yourself, do I care about this? You. So you say, do I care about this? So when you see somebody suffering in pain or whatever, do I care about this? And when I say pain, I don't mean they just got hit by a car. I mean, you know, obviously go help that. But like some people are like, so stressed out. And it's like, well, they eat like crap. They won't meditate. They're on Facebook constantly. They're taking antidepressants and drinking alcohol, and they're self-destructive. And they keep going back to the same boyfriend that's cheated on them 150 times. That's probably not a good place for you to put your energy. That's probably not a good person for you to, invest a lot of energy in. And if they're telling you for the 50th time about how their boyfriend did this to them or that to them, and they're still staying in the relationship, ask yourself, do I care about this? Okay? Any one person only has so much time, energy, money, and there are over 1 million good causes. So many people try to get you to back their cause. You have or will have your own, okay? You're going to have your own cause. If everyone worked on their own heart's causes and didn't squander energy trying to recruit more people to their causes, the causes would be covered and things would be more the way we want them. Okay? So like, for example, I can listen to people like Sharif Gaber and Ayan Hershey Ali and Sam Harris and Judicial Watch without jumping and QAnon, people like In Pursuit of Truth. I can listen to all these people and I can hear that that's their cause, and I can hear in their heart this is their cause, and I get it clearly. I understand where they're coming from, what they're saying, but that doesn't mean that I need to jump into their cause, okay? Their causes, my awareness of what their heart makes their cause, just my awareness of what these people are passionate about, just my awareness of what their heart pushes them to put out, shifts the paradigm, expands conscious awareness, and raises the collective vibration. I don't have time to read everyone's books or watch every single interview. My time, energy needs to be focused on my own heart's causes, like renegade yogi and healing meditation. So I'm in the world with all of these other people. So it's in my highest best interest to listen to the hearts of others, listen to the fears of others. I become aware of them. As I channel a healing meditation, those things I'm aware of can come out to make relevant points to the audience that I have, no matter how small it is. It's very small. I have 29 subscribers, and I love them all, okay? And I listen to people's points. I listen to people's hearts tell me what their fears are and what their heart's cause is, because I think that's important. Okay, and then you are getting look straight out or up, slightly up, not down right now. Don't look down. No looking down, remember. So shoulders back and down. Oh my God. Okay, and then your throat chakra, your 5th chakra, communication, self-expression, says sleep more. Sleep more. This is maybe this goes with if you feel tired. Remember at first I was like, did you have limes? Do you have limes? In the beginning of the last video. This might be why. Your 5th chakra says sleep more. This is a time for rest and slight hibernation, a pulling in of all energy, regrouping, cleansing, taking inventory, releasing vibration lowering stuff. Some people you are around with aren't worth your time and energy. Squandering resources that way, and it will make what you want take more time to show up. Or, I don't know, but not what you want. You want your path. But that's not what you want. Okay, so if you're hanging out with people that are lowering your vibration, taking up your time, resources, money, blah blah blah, you're squandering your resources. It's going to take longer for what you want, more time for your path to show up, more time for those doors to show up. But that's not what you want. You want your path now. I can feel this. Well, your spirit does. I want the path now. I want it now. Okay, watch how you use your time, freedom, money, energy, your resources. Watch how you use your time, your freedom, your money, and energy. So when I was a charter pilot, I was checking in at the front desk in Teterboro, and there was this 25-year-old girl, and she was talking to the lady behind the counter, Dottie, who I liked, and I was gonna be flying these total a-holes to Martha's Vineyard, and this girl was so beautiful, and she was so kind, and Dottie was talking to her, and she's like, "How's it going, hon?" Dottie's like, "How's it going, hon?" And the girl's like, "Good. I won't lose my hair this time." And so I was like, and then, obviously Dottie's like, the kid went through cancer already, lost all of her hair, and now she's got to go through cancer treatments again. 25 years old. And she was celebrating the fact that she wasn't going to lose her hair again. And that's when, and I was like choked up and crying. And that's when I heard my passenger, Albert, say, "Carla, you're here." And I was like, oh my God. And it occurred to me, I only have so much time, energy to spend. I mean, I had no money. But I only had so much time and energy left on the planet, and I was using it to fly those people who I had no respect for. At the time, I was lots younger. I respect everybody now, and now I see that it's not that I didn't respect that person. It's that I was making choices that I couldn't respect. So I couldn't respect myself. My choices were crap. I was making crappy choices. So now that I'm making good choices, and I'm like, oh, now I can respect everybody. I can respect everybody's free will choices because I'm making decent choices. So I felt like I didn't respect this guy and all these people that I flew. People used to say, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, "I fly assholes around in little planes." But the thing is, that was me making bad choices. And so it was not that at the time I felt like I don't respect these passengers. But really what was happening was I didn't respect myself, my own time. I didn't respect my own resources. And I was making crappy choices. So it was on me. Now that I'm making better choices, I can respect more people and I can walk away from them. And this is what we need to do. It's not about other people. Our life and our healing journey and this game of life is about us. It's about me. It's about my choices. So when we make it about us and our choices and our own healing, we take responsibility for our own, choices and our own healing and raising our own vibration. When we take that responsibility on, then we can love other people so much more easily. We can respect other people so much easier. It's not on them at all. It's always us. It's always, what can I do to take more responsibility? Okay, I just love you. All right. So Fish Doctor says, sleep more. Don't squander your resources. Don't engage in conversation with people who, capital letters, won't get it unless you're using that time and energy to practice and clarify your message. So I've talked to people who won't get the whole renegade yogi stuff. They won't get it. They don't understand. And they'll twist it and manipulate and stuff. And I don't just walk away from those people necessarily. I will if I feel like I need to. But I can use that time with that person who won't get it to clarify my message. I can listen to where's their confusion, or what are they resisting about my message? What are they resisting about the renegade yogi stuff? Where are they confused? And through their confusion and through the conversation, I can clarify my own message to myself, and then I can get clearer in it. It's very cool. And I've used Twitter for this too. Like I had somebody change my mind on Twitter, which is just a great experience. When you let somebody change your mind, it's great. And then you just love them. Okay. If you feel frustration in your communication, let that frustration point you inward towards clarifying your message. That's it. Like you're talking with a robot. Don't take anything personally. Just clarify your message. Just like you're talking with a robot. Many people are like robots right now. They're attached to screens and social media. Don't take it personally. Many are super comfortable in their echo chamber. I see it clearly on Twitter. If 4,000 people like a thing, it must be true. Okay, cool. Quote, you don't have your message yet, so there should be nothing but a blank screen in there. This is what they said. Mine was blank, and mine was blank, and I let it be blank, and then all of a sudden the Renegade Yogi stuff came in so clear and obvious, and putting it together simply, like what I texted you. So you asked me to text you what I had just said, and I texted you what I just said. And that just came in, and then through it, the way it came in, it was like tying up all these loose ends. Okay? But the reason it could only show up that clearly and concisely because I had erased the chalkboard. You know, my ego mind could never come up with those principles that I texted you. My ego mind could have never possibly come up with those things. Just keep the blackboard/whiteboard clean. Blackboard is like my generation. Whiteboard is, I think, your generation. So just keep the blackboard of your mind, the whiteboard clean, and keep going. The message will come when you're ready. Until then, though, don't worry about it. You're wasting time and energy talking to and with people who won't get where you're going. It's okay, though, but just enjoy your time with them. And then this, I didn't understand this. Focus on your complexion being like a peach, like a healthy glow. Beautiful, smooth, great coloring. So I don't know if you're having issues with your complexion. We can talk about that. Nothing to be afraid of. Don't get too invested in friend groups and mates. Okay. 6th chakra. Like, so your 6th chakra is your third eye. It's like a full attic. Ideas of what psychic is supposed to be. Old and outdated ideas. Maybe you watched a lot of movies about what psychic. I don't know. Maybe you watched a lot of movies and stuff. Old, outdated ideas. Don't need to hold on to things. Ways that you've heard and seen. Old stories. Let new ways come. Remember, you're the next generation. The prophet says the children their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow. So like anything that you've seen already, that's like old school. And so you're the new school. And your generation is like fast, so much better. Your Generation Z, is going to completely transform the way we do things. And your generation, when they become empowered, you're going to stop the waste of resources that is so ridiculous and going on right now. And there is so much outdated crap still going on, and such archaic practices that just waste time, money, resources, everything. It's disgusting. And your generation is going to change all that. So just clear out any of the crap that's in your mind, because you guys, you're gonna shift. You're gonna do things the better way. It's much better the way you guys are gonna be doing it. You'll be helped in many ways by people you couldn't dream of. It feels really cool, like a truck driver helping you by one simple thing. It's so easy for him, but it's significant for you. It's no big deal for him, but it means a lot to you. Just open your eyes. Help in your life will come from strange, unexpected, even humorous places. It's a cool adventure. Just allow. You have a huge power in not talking. And they said, like 25 kinds of smiles is a power you have. Okay, so then the workshop, let go of what you think intuition and psychic abilities look like to make room for something so much better, easier. And then I had a huge burp, but that's what I just said before. So much trust for me. You trust me so much. I can feel it. Oh my God, I loved it. You have so much trust in me, and I will not let you down, I swear. Okay, video meditation to redesign your attic. So I want to do that. Your 7th chakra, your crown, your spiritual connection. There's literally 0 issues. And I don't think I've ever seen that. There was 0 issues. Amazing. In your life, in your highest calling, you will have 0 issues. And I have chills all over my body. Your soul is old. I still have the chills. Once you're done with the games of getting on the path, you will find it easy to stay there. Chills still. You'll come out of alignment here and there to experience your physical life, but for the most part, totally cool. Dude. Oh, awesome. All right, and then you had, let me go get my kids. All right, so you had these people. Here are your let me go get in the car. You had these people who, a group around you, and you pushed them away. So you were in the center, and they were about 50 feet away. That was talking about that was showing you your unhealthy boundaries. And your guide said, she's coming into her own. She's coming into her own. So it's good because you're disconnecting from your like friend group and your age group, and you're coming into your own. Strong emotions quickly leaves you sad, and then you wanted to know where to be vulnerable and when to protect and hold back. But they said, no, it's not that you want to know where and when, it's that you need to know how. All right. Okay, so knowing how is the key. And also, this was that story I told you about, that big fat lady that wants to beat me up. And that I don't need to protect myself from her, right? Remember? I don't need to protect myself from this person because I don't care. I don't give a crap. I'm going to do a video separate about this. Oh, kitty. All right, I'll do a separate video about that, but you remember that. I said if she came after me to fight me, I would just run away from her until she had a heart attack or whatever. And it's not really me running away, it's just me making a choice. Like, I don't want to end up in court for, being in a fight at my age. How stupid. Okay, so then you told me how when you pushed the people away, you felt a surge of energy and power. You cannot affect me if I don't allow you to. And that's basically what I was talking about with the lady who wants to fight me. She can't affect me because I don't care. I don't, she has no bearing on me. I don't need self-esteem there. I don't need her to like me. I just don't care. There's nothing for me to be vulnerable by. And that's exactly what you heard with, you cannot affect me if I don't allow you to. So same thing, all in alignment. And then in the forest, you saw a mermaid on a rock, and then she dove in, and you went in after her, and you became a mermaid, and you followed her through caves and stuff. So that's you and I. That's just validation that you were in Atlantis with me. And there's other people. There's one other person that I know that was in Atlantis with me, and so that was awesome. And then the edge of the church, ledge of a church steeple with no fear. And then you jumped, and you were caught by an angel, brought up onto a base glass platform, middle, huge light ball of light, funneled, surrounding white light. Okay. You are just meant to start your learning and, connect with the angels and allow them. Remember what it felt like when Michael was touching your face or near your face. So it's just a beautiful time in your life right now. Don't fear, nothing to fear. I'm so grateful to be your teacher, and I love you like crazy already. I love the trust that you have for me. I'm gonna put a big workshop together, and you're just gonna be amazed at yourself. And I'm just so grateful that you found your way to me, and that we're gonna be working together. I love you. Okay.